Town Hall 13 quickly becoming one of my favorite town halls in the game. I love the troops. I love the spells. I love this town hall. Hello, guys. My name is TipDog20. I'm with the Clash Tips YouTube channel. Let's get into my top 3 attacks at Town Hall 13. We're going to be starting with the first of my top 3 attacks at Town Hall 13 with none other than Blizzard Lalo. This base defender, for some reason, left his CC on the outside. Absolutely ridiculous. Make sure that you take advantage of the freebies if you can, but I'm going to anchor my Blizzard with a Lava Hound. I'm going to send my Blizzard right over the top of that AD, and I'm going to take out this huge chunk of the base. I'm going to get the Town Hall. I'm going to get a multi-target Inferno. I'm going to get the Queen. I'm going to get a Scatter Shot. I'm going to get a Wizard Tower. If you do not know how to do the Blizzard Lalo attack yet, make sure you learn it, because if you see a base where you can get a Blizzard Lalo in there, you can take out a huge portion of the base and get a great start at 3-starring at Town Hall 13. Once you take out the initial portion of the base with your Blizzard, and then of course in this attack I took out that CC with all of those sneaky goblins, then you want to make sure that you open a portion of the pie. You have that pie, you cut out a portion of it with the Blizzard, you continue cutting out portions of that pie with your heroes, and then once your heroes reach a certain section of the base, once they reach the part where you know that they've gotten at least as much as they can, then that's when you start in the Lalo to eat the rest of that pie and come around that base. You're going to start with a Lava Hound. Typically with a Town Hall 13, I'm going to start off with 4 loons, sometimes 5, depending what I'm sending my Lalo into. I'm going to put down my Warden and then immediately put down your minions behind all of that. You have to put down your minions quickly because you want to make sure that you have enough cleanup to make sure that you're not going to time fail. Time failing is very, very bad. Very bad. You want to make sure that you don't time fail. And then I'm just going to haste and I'm going to freeze that Lalo over the top. And look how many loons I have left. I was focusing so hard on that initial pack of loons that I realized that I had 16 loons left. 16 loons left in this attack. So I figured, oh, well, we might as well put in these loons. But this is the reason why I love Blizzard Lalo, because it is so powerful at Town Hall 13. This base was completely wiped. Look at all the loons that I have left. The reason is because Blizz Lalo is so amazing, and it's my favorite attack, number 1 at Town Hall 13. Attack number 2 is going to be my second favorite attack at Town Hall 13. It's actually my favorite attack at Town Hall 12, and that is Super Witches. Typically with Super Witches, we're going to come in with the Warden Walk, which is exactly what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be putting in that baby dragon to make sure that we get all the value that we can get, making sure that that Warden gets all the value that he can get. We are not going after the Town Hall in this case. We are just carving out the path so that our Super Witches can go around the base. And in this base, there's a natural funnel right down the middle, if you can see it. That's where the Queen is. That's where the RC is. That's where a Scatter Shot is. And we're actually speeding this up just a little bit because this is super boring. You want to make sure that you start your Super Witches in by the 2-minute mark. If you don't start it in by the 2-minute mark, then you're probably going to time fail. Typically with this attack, I will use 4 Super Witches, I will have 5 or 6 loons, and I will have cleanup troops to make sure that I do not time fail, because Super Witches are so slow. They are super powerful, but also at the same time, they take forever to get through defenses. I'm going to start funneling to make sure that my Super Witches don't curl around the base. I want to make sure that they go right through that center. So I'm putting down my King. At this point, I'm panicking just a little bit because I can see my Super Witches are starting to stray. So I'm going to make sure that I hit my King ability, so that way he will take out those buildings, so that way my Super Witches go straight up through the middle. I'm going to place my Rage down. And again, remember, if you've watched my video, whenever you place your Rage down, make sure that it benefits with the healers. You want that Rage to be attached to the healer, so that way your healers can keep your Super Witches and those big boys alive. And then the Super Witches are just going to go straight up the middle. I did make a mistake here. I thought that those loons were going to take out that eagle, and so I put my RC in at the bottom thinking that the eagle wasn't going to be a big deal. That was a mistake on my part. Make sure you don't make the same mistake. That eagle is something that typically does need to be taken out early in the attack because it can rain havoc down on your super witches, or it could target your healers, could target your queen. Make sure you take out the eagle. But I'm able to get that pathing directly through the middle with my super witches, and they're able to take everything out. My king passed along the bottom. I have cleanup troops, super witches, my second favorite attack at Town Hall 13. Absolutely love it. Let's get on to the third attack. Attack number 3 is an attack that I use whenever I have all of my super troop slots filled. Maybe there's a base that I would really like to do super witches on, but I have something else trained. Maybe I have sneaky goblins and super wall breakers. Well, in this case, I will bring in the Pekka Smash. And if I'm going to bring in the Pekka Smash, I'm going to do it a lot like I do Super Bowlers at Town Hall 14. If you've watched my Super Bowler video at Town Hall 14, this is very similar. You want to make sure that you funnel out one side with a Warden Walk. If you can, funnel out the other side with a Flame Flinger. Flame Flinger, guys, is so OP at Town Hall 13. It's OP at all Town Halls, and there are so many bases out there that are maybe older at Town Hall 13 that do not defend against the Flame Flinger, and the Flame Flinger is absolutely amazing, but you're going to funnel out on both sides. Make sure that you put down a wizard or some archers down at the top, and then because you're going to put your king down next to the Flame Flinger, your king's going to walk in through the top, and then after the warden gets that done on the side and actually funnels out that side, you're going to put down your queen, you're going to put down your Pekkas, and then once the Pekkas have been targeted by something like the multi-target Inferno, you're going to put down your bowlers in behind your Pekkas. A lot of cases you can also use your super wizards, but remember in this case, I had my super troops spot filled, and so I was unable to use the super troop that I wanted, and all of these troops are non-super troops. You're going to send your Pekka Smash right through the middle. Make sure you freeze if you run into any single Inferno towers. Make sure you tome right over the middle, not necessarily for your troops, but for your healers. You want to make sure that your healers stay in the game, so that way your Pekka stay nice and healthy, nice and healed. Those bowlers are super squishy. You want to make sure that they're getting the value that you want to get them, and then you're just going to smash everything that's in sight. I'm going to send in my RC from the side. That's going to take out a lot of the defenses that my Pekkas and my bowlers were unable to reach. If you're using super bowlers, a lot of times they will be able to reach those defenses on that third OP bounce. But in this case, the regular bowlers, not super bowlers, are not going to be able to reach those. But Pekka is my third top favorite strategy at Town Hall 13. Absolutely OP. I love using it, and again, this is an attack that I use typically when I do not have the super troop space that I need to be able to rent the super troops I want, and I still want to be able to do some type of smash attack. Hopefully this video was helpful. These are my top 3 attacks at Town Hall 13. Hopefully it was useful for you. We will see you next video.